Hello everyone, today we are going to study the meaning of demand forecasting and I will discuss with you the significance and process of demand forecasting also. So, in this slide, I am going to discuss meaning of demand forecasting. Demand forecasting is an estimate of demand during a specified future period based on a proposed marketing plan and particular uncontrollable and competitive forces. I mean, a forecast is a prediction or estimation of future situation. The risk associated with an uncertain future can be minimized or overcome if one tries to make reasonable assumption about the course that the future is likely to take. Forecast can be both physical as well as financial in nature. The more realistic the forecast, the more effective decisions can be taken for tomorrow. Demand forecasting is known as sales forecasting. Okay, demand forecasting is known as sales forecasting because sales is a function of demand. It means to estimate the demand for a certain future period because efforts are made to estimate the sales of a product or products of an enterprise for a certain future period of time. This forecast may be in terms of quantity as well as value. Similarly, cost of production also depend upon demand. The need for forecasting demand arises because production of any commodity requires time and resources. Accurate demand forecasting is essential for a firm to enable it to produce the required quantities at the right time and arrange well in advance for the various factor of production. Example like raw material, equipments, machines, accessories, etc. Forecasting helps a firm to assess the probable demand for its product and plan its production accordingly. Forecasting is an important aid in effective and efficient planning. Okay, demand forecasting is an important aid in effective and efficient planning because it reduces the uncertainty and makes the organization more confident of coping with the external environment. The increasing availability of economic data, the continuous improvement of techniques, and the expanded computational ability provided by the computer have made it possible for firms to forecast their demand, sales with considerable accuracy. I mean to say demand forecasting is very popular in industrially advanced countries where demand conditions are always more uncertain than the supply conditions. However, in developing countries, instead of the demand, supply is often the limited factor. Naturally, in a country like India, supply forecasting seems to be more important than demand forecasting. However, with the relaxation of industrial licensing regulations and economic liberalization in recent years, increasing competition has already begun to change the situation in India as well. Competition has spread to most areas except those where massive investment is required. In such areas, supply is in excess of demand and procedures have begun to battle for the marketplace. Thus, demand forecasting is bound to become important in India also. So now I'm going to discuss objective of demand forecasting. Okay, objective of demand forecasting is a very important topic when uh, we will study demand forecasting, because objective of demand forecasting classified into two parts. First is short term objective and second one is long term objective. I mean to say demand forecasting is two types of objective: short term and long term objective. So question is that what is the difference between short term and long term objective, because both are related to forecast. So where I can use short term objective and where I can use long term objective. So what is the difference between both of? So, first of all, I will discuss short-term objective. Short-term demand or sales forecasting are made for a period of less than 3 years. Important objective of short-term demand forecasting are as under, like a determination of a suitable production policy, regular supply of raw material, best utilization of machines, determination of price policy, setting sales target, establishing control and providing incentives. These are the important objective of short term demand forecasting. Okay, but long term objective are differ from short term objective. Okay, now I will discuss with you long term objective. Long term demand or sales forecasting are made for a period of more than 3 years. Focus on this point. Short term objective made for a period of less than 3 years, but long term objective are made for a period of more than 3 years. Okay, now I am going to discuss important objectives of long term demand forecasting are as under, planning of long term production. I mean to say, if any producer plan for long term production, so planning is a very important factor, because we are going to plan in long term. Planning of plant capacity and location of plant is a very important factor which any producer is going to start a new business for a long term. So provision of labor, forecasting of long term financial requirement, because capital is the lifeblood of the business, and how much amount is required for establishing a business and carry on for long time. It is a very important question. So important objective of long term demand forecasting is forecasting of long term financial requirement and planning about expansion, modernization of existing plant and setting up of a new project. So it's a very important factor when we start a business. After passing some time, if we want to expand their business and modernization of existing plants and setting up of a new project, this is a very important. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss significance of demand forecasting. Significance of demand forecasting, that's mean what is the important, what is the importance, what is the significance of demand forecasting. So I will discuss with these points. I mean to say, demand forecasting is an important economic tool, particularly in the present period of economic complications. It provides a base for economic planning. Its importance or significance can be explained as follows. Like a first point, helpful in production planning, Demand forecasting helpful in production planning. That means demand forecasting is the most reliable base of production planning. Production programs depend upon sales forecast. Expansion of output of the firm should be based on the estimates of likely demand. Otherwise, there may be overproduction and consequent losses may have to be faced. So it is a very important. Demand forecasting is helpful in production planning. And in next point, helpful in manpower planning. Demand forecasting helps in manpower planning also. It helps in determining production schedule, which help in determining the number and quality of worker. I mean to say the number of employees and the quality of the employee is also important, and employees required. Suitable recruitment policy can be framed on the basis of these estimates. Okay. Now third point, helpful in inventory control. Now first I want to tell you what is inventory, because if demand forecasting is helpful in inventory control, so first question comes on my mind, what is inventory? Inventory means like a stock of material which producers have in India in the industry. So inventory is the stock of material in the form of raw material, semi-form, finished goods, and indirect form like lubricants, spare parts. So demand forecasting is helpful in inventory control. I mean to say a satisfactory control of business inventories, raw material, intermediate goods, semi-finished product, finished product, spare parts, etc. requires satisfactory estimates of the future requirement, which can be traced through demand forecasting. Okay, which can be traced through demand forecasting. And next important point, demand forecasting is helpful in financial control. Financial control, I mean to say demand forecasting provides a base which helps in determining the requirements of finance for an enterprise. The enterprise can prepare a plan for arranging and using the finance. Next point, helpful in increasing sales. Demand forecasting helps in preparing sales forecast for a future period of time. Necessary steps may be taken to achieve these targets and to intensity sales campaign in the areas in which sales are low. Promotional efforts of the firm should be based on demand forecasting. And demand forecasting is also helpful for basis of planning. Basis of planning, I mean to say at micro level. Demand forecasting is the basis of economic planning. No enterprise can prepare its economic plans in the absence of demand forecast. Okay, it's an important point. No enterprise can prepare its economic plans in the absence of demand forecast. Okay, demand forecast are the base of sales budget, production budget, purchase budget, overhead budget, and cash budget, etc. Demand forecasting is necessary for determining the growth rate of the firm and its long-term investment programs and planning also. Demand forecasting at macro level for the nation as a whole is of a great help to the planners and policy makers for a better planning and rational allocation of the country's productional resources. You know, the government can determine its import and export policies in view of the long-term demand forecasting for various goods in the country. Okay, last point, demand forecasting and relation stability. Demand forecasting is also helpful for stability. Stability in production and employment over a period of time can be made effective by the management in the light of the suitable forecasting about market demand and other business variable and smoothing of the business operations through counter cyclical and seasonally adjusted business programs. So stability in production and employment is a very important factor, and demand forecasting is helpful for stability. Okay, these are the lot of significance, lot of importance, like demand forecasting is helpful in production planning, manpower planning, inventory control, and helpful in increasing sales and providing a basis of planning, then stability. Okay, so now I am going to discuss scope of demand forecast. So in this slide, I am going to discuss with you a scope of demand forecasting. Okay, following factors should be duly considered while determining the scope of demand forecast, and it is divided into two parts. For the explanation, like first is area of operations, and second important point is cost benefit relationship. I will explain the scope of demand forecasting with the help of these two important points. First is area of operations and second is cost benefit relationship. Okay, first of all I will take area of operations. I mean to say scope of demand forecasting depends upon the area of operations of an enterprise. Larger be the area of operations of an enterprise, more will be the area of demand forecasting. For example, an enterprise selling its product throughout the country will have to prepare demand forecast for the whole country. Okay, if any enterprise selling its product throughout the country, I mean to say industry covering throughout the country all over India, so we'll have to prepare demand forecast for the whole country because the area for that country will cover all over throughout. So will have to prepare demand forecast for the whole country. Okay, so larger be the area of operations of an enterprise, more will be the area of demand forecasting. It's depend on scope of demand forecasting depends upon area of operations. So next point is cost benefit relationship. Okay, most important determinants of the scope of demand forecasting is cost benefit relationship. I mean to say every enterprise has to consider the relationship between the cost of demand forecasting and the expected benefit derived from it. Okay, understand? Every enterprise has to consider the relationship between the cost of demand forecasting and the expected benefit derived from it. In any case, the cost should not be more than benefit. If it arises, this condition so loss, not a profit, because so main important point, in any case the cost should not be more than benefit. Okay, now I am going to discuss process of demand forecasting. Process of demand forecasting. So demand forecasting should be undertaken as a process and not as an activity. I mean to say, with the use of scientific process of demand forecasting should be more effective and realistic. So demand forecasting should be undertaken as a process and not as an activity. So following are the important steps of process of forecasting. I will explain the process of demand forecasting step by step. First step, second step, then third, fourth, and its covers. Okay. So process of demand forecasting. First step is setting up of objective. When any producer is going to start a new business and he want to take a action like demand forecasting, so first of all he will set of objective. So first point, setting up of objective. Okay, I will explain this point in detail. Like the first step of the process of demand forecasting is to set its objectives. It should be determined clearly whether the forecasts are required for short term or long term. Both the condition. Whether the forecasts are required in terms of quantity or value. Quantity or quality. Quality means value. Quality indicates value. Whether the forecasts are required in terms of quantity or value. Either the forecasts are required on the basis of products or sales territories. Time, energy and money involved in the process of demand forecasting should also be determined in advance. Okay, after setting up of objective, second step is to determine the method of forecasting. When any producer set its objective, then second important step is to determine the method of forecasting. There are several methods of demand forecasting, not a single one. You have to choose. There are several methods of demand forecasting and every method has its own merits and demerits. So it is your decision what you use, because every method has its own merits and demerits. Every enterprise has to select a particular method or methods of demand forecasting. You can choose one method, and if you want you can choose methods of demand forecasting. So every enterprise has to select a particular method or methods of demand forecasting. Such method or methods should be selected keeping in view all the relevant factors. Okay. So after deciding which method was selected by you, next step is divide the task of forecasting. In the first step, you set your objective for a firm, and after setting the objective, you determine the methods of forecasting, and after selecting the method which you will use, next step, divide the task of forecasting. I mean to say, to make the process of forecasting easy, it should be subdivided. Subdivisions makes it easier. Product can be divided as capital goods and consumer goods, existing product and new product. Forecast can be prepared on the basis of salesmen, sales territories or products. Sales territories can be divided on the basis of states, countries or regions. So after dividing the task of forecasting, next and last step is analysis the actual result. Analysis the actual result is a very important point in the process of demand forecasting, because if you you will not analyze the actual result, so you can't define what will be the real condition. So it is considered to be the most important part of the process of demand forecasting. Actual results of sales are collected and compared with demand forecast. It helps in determining the accuracy of demand forecast. And in determining variance between forecast and actual result, suitable corrective measures may be taken to remove these variances. Okay, I will repeat again step by step to better understand the process of demand forecasting. Okay, so first point, setting up of objective. I mean to say, if any producer is going to start a business, new business, so forecasting is a necessary. So what will be the process of demand forecasting? First step is setting up of objective. I have explained this point, and after setting the objective, next important point, you should have to determine the method of demand forecasting. That means after setting the objective, you have to choose a method, because there are several methods of demand forecasting, not a single one you have to choose. There are several methods of demand forecasting, and every method has its own merits and demerits. So every enterprise has to select a particular method or methods of demand forecasting. So after determining the method of demand forecasting, next important step is divide the task of forecasting. Division, I mean to say subdivision of task, makes it easier. To make the process of forecasting easy, it should be subdivided. Product can be divided as capital goods, consumer goods, existing product and new product. Okay, forecast can be prepared on the basis of salesmen, sales territories or product. And the last important step of process of demand forecasting is analysis the actual result. I mean to say, it is very important to know, it is very important to discuss analysis the actual result is a important point, because it is considered to be most important part. Actual results of sales are collected and compared with demand forecast. You can know the accuracy of demand. You can know the accuracy of demand forecast in determining variances between forecast and actual result. What will be the actual result and what you decide for forecasting? After all, you can take a corrective action. Suitable corrective measures may be taken to remove these variances. So, I have completed this topic. I mean to say, in this video, I have covered lot of topics which is related to forecasting, like meaning of demand forecasting, and objective of demand forecasting, and significance and scope of forecasting. Lastly, I have discussed process of demand forecasting. Okay, thank you all. In the next video, I will discuss with you the methods of demand forecasting, because the methods of demand forecasting is very important topic which I will cover in the next video. Okay, thank you all.